Hi, I'm Brett Ullman. It was just over 3 years ago that I was at a talk and a father asked a question that changed the trajectory of what I do. I was speaking on mental health and a father came up and asked me, he said, "Brett, how do I talk to my 16-year-old daughter about sex?" Great question. Before I could answer, he said, "Oh, and by the way, she hates me." And I said to him, like, she hates you? And he said, "Forget about that. How do I talk to her about sex?" And I said, "Forget about sex. What do you mean she hates you?" Because that's everything. If you don't have a relationship with your kid, like a good relationship with your kid, you will not be speaking truth into her life on any topic, sex or others. I realized on the drive home that I'm a topical speaker. I speak on mental health, media, pornography, but I don't have any talk where I teach parents how to have a great relationship with their kids. So what I did is I've taken 3 years and I created not only a talk, but I created a new book. And this is my new book, Parenting, Navigating Everything. And this is a bit of a beast. The first 6 chapters in this book are very simple. The goal is to look at how do we have good relationships with our kids. Chapter 1 is parenting. What are the stages of parenting? What is the purpose of parenting? Chapter 2 is parenting styles. What are they and which ones should I be using? Chapter 3, progression of parenting. What are the skills our children need to learn as they go through the ages and stages in life? Chapter 4, time. What does quality time and being present with my kids look like? Communication. How can I gain better communication skills so that I can more effectively connect with my kids? And chapter 6 is discipline. How do I effectively discipline my children? And I think discipline needs to switch from punishment to teaching. But it's from those foundations that we create with our kids that we can then dive into the tougher topics. And the rest of the book is looking at those topics. These are the questions that parents have asked me for the last 23 years. The big kind of conversations that we need to have. Chapter 7, family discipleship. Why is our worldview important? And how can we raise kids with a Christian worldview? Chapter 8, mental health. How do we address issues like anxiety, panic attacks, and depression? Number 9, engaging the culture. How do we empower our kids to engage the culture around us without compromising their faith? Chapter 10, media. How can we help our kids navigate technology? Chapter 11, sexuality. How do we direct our kids towards healthy sexuality? Number 12, pornography. What is the prevalence of pornography and how can we address its impact on our kids? Chapter 13, dating. How do we best avoid pitfalls in dating? Chapter 14, finances and education. How can we help our children make sound financial and educational choices? 15, drugs and alcohol. What tools are available to assist in drug-proofing our kids? And the last chapter, chapter 16, is loneliness. How do we prevent disconnection in our kids and help them to create community? Each of the last 10 chapters was written in a different way. It's not just from a parenting standpoint, but also for you as a parent, or also just for your kids directly. I've heard of some parents having their kids read certain chapters. A parent wrote me recently and they had their high school daughter read the mental health chapter. I also heard of a church last week who was doing this book as a parenting small group for the next 6 or 7 months. And another group of parents who are starting a book club at their church. All really great ideas. Now, this is not a small book. It is 226,000 words, which is 4 to 5 books in one. I also wanted one resource for parents, not 4 or 5 different books. There's also around 660 citations. I wanted to bring many voices for each of the chapters so you can hear from authors, speakers, and teachers from around the world. Now, this book can be bought from my website. If you do buy it from my website, I have bookmarks which I can throw into the book. If you buy it other places, I can't do that. But on my website, I can ship anywhere in Canada. You'll also find it on Amazon. Also, there's a Kindle version on Amazon, Chapters, Barnes & Noble, and other bookstores as well. I would love to hear what you think about this book. And if you get a copy and you like it, an Amazon review would be really helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks for your time.